No joke, that's exactly how I start the day every day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Cash Revive, your weekly top 5 gaming podcast and more. I'm your host, Matt Heimerl, and here with the man who was one of the greatest chefs this world has ever seen, Mr. Brian Husky.
Do you have that intro tattooed on your ass or something?
I do.
You look down, you're like, I gotta repeat this.
So, sorry for being gone for a couple of weeks. I've had some things that I've been dealing with.
Yeah, thanks for ruining Halloween for everyone.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I apologize. But we're not going to harp on the sad things. We're going to harp on the awesome, amazing things, and is that we are back. And it is November, and this month...
Katamari month.
Katamari month!
Not
yes.
really.
But close. Food.
Yeah. Very close.
So we were trying to figure out like an intro song, and I was like, well, Katamari, that ball's got to run over some hot dogs or some steaks.
Well, yeah, of course you do. You start as a little tiny ball, and you roll around in a house, so you pick up like eggs. And
there you go. See?
So, what do you think the King of Cosmos does with all that stuff that you grab? He doesn't rebuild planets. He eats it.
Has to.
Duh.
See?
His head is made of stars.
See, this show writes itself. People don't realize it.
Yeah, we're not scripted. So that's how good it writes itself.
So we're very excited. Very sad that we missed out on some awesome things for Horror Month, but we're going to make it up to you with some...
we gave you some pretty awesome
We
things
did give
for
some
Horror
awesome things for Horror Month. So
yeah.
we're going to make up for it for this
month. You guys didn't talk about Resident Evil enough.
Yeah.
Other games out there, kid. Calm it down.
The last 2 episodes were all about Final Fantasy VII, horror, and that's it. So that
Final Fantasy VII? Where did that show up?
Well, just people are like, talk about it too much.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like...
Our rampant fans.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yes, we do.
May not sound like it.
So one of my favorite things in all of the world, food.
Yeah. Food.
I love eating.
Yeah.
I'm a few pounds overweight, which is fun.
Few.
Just a few.
Yeah.
I love trying all sorts of... Our mixing board is going out of control. I love trying all sorts of new things, and this week will be no different. Because we're going to talk about methods of cooking and gaming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that utilize food, like a lot, in so many different ways.
So many foods in games.
Yeah, and love it. So, if
we're not talking about uses for foods. We're talking about like how the game delivers food to you,
right?
And in what way it's used,
right?
So, like healing, eating, background decoration.
Having
the soundtrack is fucking goofy.
Having like just a thing, slab of ribs, just like hanging on the wall back there. I could see that happening.
I know we don't have it slated, but did you want to like talk about anything before we jump into it, or are you just like purely?
No, I mean news-wise. I mean we've been gone for so much. Some stuff has happened. I mean, I think the biggest thing is that I'm finally making the jump into live streaming.
There you go.
So
that's the big news around here.
That's the big news around here. So I'm going to be streaming full time.
So kiss this podcast goodbye.
No, definitely not, because it's not going to interfere with our time slot.
Uh-huh.
So Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then 8 p.m. to about 11 or 12 Monday through Friday, and then weekends are still up in the air.
And then a Sunday morning sermon version of your stream.
That's right. That's right. And get people swaying and doing all that kind of cool stuff. So we've got some cool things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to bring some Cash Revive stuff in on the channel and on the live stream. Brian and I have been talking about some ideas of doing some playthroughs and stuff like that. So it's going to...
Look forward to our December run of, what's it called? That horror game that we got to play in October?
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn,
it is snowing, so it's cold, so it's actually going to be perfect.
Take place in Canada, so December, you know?
Yeah. We were going to do that for, October, but my internet was having troubles, and I got all excited about using the black and white night vision on my Xbox, and then I realized that the game was for PlayStation. Couple goofy. October was just a bad...
I put the disc in, but nothing happened.
The last 2 months are just really odd for me, and so I'm kind of all over the place. But now I'm starting to get that focus back. So, and other than that...
You've been like a mad scientist for the last month.
Yeah,
except you haven't made anything cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true. I haven't made
all
anything.
your experiments have failed.
Well, we'll see if
But
anything cool
they're
comes
turning
out of D&D
around
today.
Yeah, that's right.
The other cool thing is that next weekend I'll be at Free Play Florida running some interviews. We're going to have an interview with Brian Collins, one of the guys responsible for Rampage. And a couple other things that I'm not going to spoil. You'll have to listen to those episodes to find out what we got.
That's
but
right.
It's going to be a good time. So
listen to our show, you scrubs.
Yeah, come on, guys. I
Just
know
kidding.
we've been gone, but we still love you all.
In other news, less important but equally cool, I've been playing World of Warcraft a lot lately.
Yeah.
I did Emerald Nightmare on normal, so eat that.
How is that raid? Pretty exciting?
Pretty boring.
Really?
No, it's actually really cool. It's spoilers. No, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really neat the way that they did it. It's not very lore friendly from my perspective. So we'll talk about that in like 8 months when we do a Emerald Nightmare month.
Nice. A whole month devoted to Emerald Nightmare. Just the different wings get their own week.
WoW rating month.
I love it. I love it.
Right.
Well, yeah, I say we just go ahead and dive right into this because I'm starving.
Okay.
And I'm ready
I'm cooking later too.
Yeah, Brian's cooking later. We got a whole lot of awesome stuff going on.
Actually, I'm not
today.
doing anything. I'm just putting it in a crock pot.
But hey, setting the timer on that crock pot and everything, it takes focus.
I got to roast some poblanos in your oven, so I hope you're ready for that smell.
I'm ready for everything. I hope you just pour fish sauce on my floor and just let me lie in it.
There's actually no fish sauce in these tacos.
It's unacceptable. So number 5 on Brian's top 5 methods of cooking. What do we got going on this action?
Oh, I thought you were going to tell them.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna let you do it because I like your voice.
This is I'm taking a page out of your book because this is my weird one.
Okay.
But I really wanted to cover it, and I love this game. So, Symphony of the Night. Okay, like food in Symphony of the Night is just a healing item, right? Whatever. And one of your methods for obtaining it is breaking bricks or killing enemies. Like you kill a skeleton, he drops a pot roast. Don't know how he had that on him, but I'm cool with it, right?
I was saving that for later.
The other non-scrub method of getting food is to go to the librarian, okay? Like, I think you can do this at a certain point in the game. It unlocks, it's called a duplicator or something like that, something close to that, duplicator. And it's an equipable item, and it duplicates a consumable in your other item slot. So you have like left and right hand, so you put the duplicator in. Or it might be a trinket. A trinket, wow. So anyway, one of the items in the game is a meal ticket, and if you have the duplicator, you can just shit food out everywhere. I mean, like, the meal ticket spawns a random food item, and it just, like, throws it out in front of you. So you're having, like, trouble with a fight or something, or if you're, like, just want to heal up real quick, clip your meal ticket, like, summon a bunch of bananas and dim sum and beer.
The greatest trio of food items ever.
For like, okay, so for such a small aspect of the game, this game has so much food.
Right.
Like, you know, and it doesn't buff you. It doesn't do anything like cool. It's just a healing item, but different values, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like peanuts. There's peanuts, they heal you for like 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know. But
in Castlevania, though, healing items are very important.
Very important, yeah. But it's so bizarre that this is in there, and I had to cover it.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And for me, for someone who has never played Symphony of the Night more than like
That'll
an
help you
hour
get
or
into
so,
it.
Yeah, it's just it's cool that they have knowing that there's those kind of items, and I'm going to be stocking up on food items. That's pretty. So, would you say is that all that stuff in the first section or after the castle rotates? Can you get that fairly early on in the game?
I do think the duplicator is after you go to the inverted castle. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think you have to like beat the game or anything. I don't think you do. I think it's just in the inverted castle, and it costs like a ton of money.
Oh, it does.
I think it's like $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Millions.
To get the duplicator?
Yeah. I haven't done it in so long.
Well,
my knowledge isn't fresh.
Well, that's an idea that we have is watching me play through Symphony of the Night and be like,
God, in Richter mode.
This game is hard.
You can do it. You can do it in Richter mode, and then you can play it in a la carte mode, and you'll be like, wow, I never realized that Castlevania could be so fun.
Chances are I will say that, too.
Okay.
Okay, I see what they're doing here, okay. So my good number 5, by the way.
Thank you.
I enjoy when you talk about Symphony of the Night because it's
eye-opening
you enjoy that game a lot. And every time I hear it, it gets a little bit more interesting. I hear things that, I've never seen or really heard of in the game. Because all I've ever seen are speedruns. So they
you
skip
just
that
look
stuff.
at it, you're like, he's not using a whip.
Well, not this. Like, there's too many button inputs. I'm not playing a fighting game. I'm playing Castlevania. So
10% of this podcast is Symphony of the Night, so.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You got to keep it that way.
What's your
That's
number
good.
5?
My number 5, I'm gonna need some help with because I'm afraid I'm gonna
Okay.
explain this wrong. And it's a game that Brian just got me into. Actually, it's called High Seas Saga, and it's a cell phone game. And it's interesting because you're you have your own ship and you're going on like these different missions and stuff, and you can recruit all these crew members and things like that, and they all have like different jobs they can do.
Yeah.
And you have this lab and like this little like farm area feel that like grows
Uh-huh.
like that grows this food like and that you use to give you guys experience and stuff like that. I just think that's cool that like for a cell phone game to be that intricate, like that you can have all these cast members do different things. You're assigned to these particular tasks. This is your job, and then like you're out there, it's like, oh, you just got all these food items just got like delivered to you. I just think that's such a cool way to do something. It's like, I'm not just, you guys aren't just sitting there like, okay, I got to figure out something to do. Like, no, that's your job. I don't have to worry about you. You're taking care of what you need to take care of. I just think that's kind of a.
Basically, you like it because it's a game you can play without having to play it.
Well,
it's a mat game.
Well, it is because like I have my fighting team and I focus on them. I don't have to be like, oh, I have to go in here and now send him on a bunch of different errands. Like, I don't have to. This is your job, and if you don't get back to me, I'm throwing you off the side of the ship, and you're done.
Exactly.
And it's cool. Like, you're my cooking gatherer like dude, and you're like completely whipping butt. It's amazing.
I'll tell you why you did it wrong a little bit later. You're going to have to purchase some rename books or something. So the farmer in that actually grows the stamina resource. You know how like these cell phone games have like a stamina or like a meter that when it's not full you can't do anything?
Right.
So like to get to a new island you have to like sail there and do 2 stamina or whatever. That is a different thing. I'm sorry. I'm talking about food resources. The food resources on the ship let you utilize the different what are they called? Like utilities on the ship. So if you have like a portrait gallery, your guy has to spend like 3 food resource there. So the farmer grows that, but you have to pay for it. So you have to have gold to make the food resource to use the toilet or whatever.
Right.
So, and then the toilet gives you like work knowledge because you have to work to squeeze out those turds.
Right.
The lab is what generates the food for experience to level up your crew. And that it does that because you like send your fighting team out and your fighting team collects the like they look like really big chunky items. It's like a raw mineral or whatever.
Right.
And then they take that back to the lab and they process it and they get like 3 to 4 things out of it.
Yeah.
So the farmer is cool, but I'm more like the alchemist because I use the lab to turn stuff into food.
Gotcha.
And the alchemist, they call it a seer, but really it's an alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not nearly as far as you in the game, but it's
It's like 10 minutes ahead of where you are.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. Well, good. I'm catching up then.
There you go.
But it was really cool. Like I usually just play like 1 or 2 games on my cell phone. Like that's really like it. But this kid actually got a little hook on me. So it's
nice. It's like old school. It's like 16-bit graphics, maybe.
Yeah. It's cool. And it doesn't require like a lot of time. Go and send your guy on a mission, does some stuff. I can do like a mission or 2 a day, and
use all your
cool.
stamina and then just chill.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it's fun. So that one's all Brian right there. He introduced me to that, and it's pretty fun. So it actually got me to stop.
I'm glad it made your top 5.
Yeah, well,
out of all the other games.
It got me to stop playing Clash Royale. So
oh, good.
I hit a point with that game. I was like, I need a break. I need a little break. So.
Tired of these people paying money to build me up.
People are cheaters. What can I say?
Yeah.
Not a big fan of them.
It's not cheating if you pay for it, Matt.
Huh?
So it's not like that old thing. Like
well, it is.
I'm not going to go to jail because I'm just going to pay $10 million to not go to jail.
Yeah, but it's just like they should be like, okay, are you paying for the game? This is who you're going up against.
This is your bracket.
This is your paying bracket.
I've always said that, but it's not a good like model for them. You know,
so many people spend money on this game. It is
I know.
like these kind of games. It's like a buddy of mine is like, I just bought another iTunes gift card. Just go to Clash Royale. I was like, you just spent $25.
That's a month of wow.
I'm guilty of it because on League
Yeah,
of
of
Legends, I
course.
dropped like probably close to $300 on that game on
in one day.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. But I mean, now I look back and I'm just like, wow, like it is amazing how like these free to play games, like you're just like, oh, it's $5 here, $5 there, and you add up, it's like that's a freaking gaming console I could have bought.
What do they call that?
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they're getting you.
It's the new way, man.
Makes me question gaming in general. If
Just
you
let
have
me pay a flat
microtransactions,
fee and give me everything that comes with it. You know.
Like Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. And that was the big thing. Sombra finally got announced.
Oh, yeah. That's the news we should have led with.
That is the news. So we're going to take a quick moment. Sombra looks absolutely amazing, and I am so freaking excited.
She's not a giant dancing hat, so I'm a little disappointed. Like, if they just took a hat, put googly eyes on it, and then, like, strapped guns around it, I would have been so much more happier.
You never know. That might be one
But
of her
that's a
costumes.
sombrero, so...
That might be one of her costumes.
I hope it is. I hope it's just a giant hat.
So she's a stealthing hacker that,
Yeah.
like, can, like, negate and turn, like stop enemies from attacking and stuff like that. Just, like, shuts them down.
Yeah.
It looks... The way she looks like she's going to be played is going to be... Like probably the most.
We need
precise.
like a tangent alert sound.
Yeah.
We're tangenting.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is not a person that's going to just be hopping in doing random things. You're going to see Mercies being taken out. You're going to see Reinhardt. Because the thing is, her ultimate negates shields, turrets, everything.
Yeah,
so
because
Reinhardt,
everybody in the game has like a
Some type of
electronic
magical-
component.
yeah.
So
I mean, she's going to be, I think she's going to be a big playmaker.
I thought she'd be able to like take a room in an area and like, okay, this room is mine now, and it's got like locked doors. She puts turrets outside. That would have been cooler. I'm just gonna go to the point and like barricade it, like put guns outside.
So I wonder, I mean, if you kill Torbjorn and his turret's up, can you hack his turret to be yours, or does it just turn it off? Like, I'm wondering if she can turn that to be... Obviously, you couldn't hack Bastion. That's being played by a character. But his turrets, I wonder if you can hack it, and that's now your turret. That would be awesome.
I know this much about Sombra is you're not going to play her for like the first 2 months.
No, yeah.
'cause just automatically pick. The other cool thing that comes out of this update is that quick play is now a 1 character limit.
Nice.
Or one, you can't have like multiple Bastions. And then that whole thing, that terrible mess of gameplay is going to arcade mode.
Oh, okay.
Where you can just pick whatever and just have fun in hell.
Good. 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 Get rid of that.
So
that was
now we don't have to worry about like the professional or season or whatever like that. You
Right.
can just do quick play.
Yeah.
And I'm so much happier.
Yeah. No, that is very good news. And the announcement of a new map, Antarctica.
Antarctica, maze
please
thing.
let there be ice and people can slide on ice. Please.
I hope it makes it into the main roster of stages, but it looks like right now it's small and it's going to be like an arcade. Arcade only, because what they're going to do, like with the other stages, I think, is like truncate the size of them.
Oh, okay.
So that they're suitable for arcade mode. But yeah, that's what I read. That's what I got out of reading it.
Okay. Well, what to say? It just Summer just entered public test servers, right? I mean,
On the computer.
yeah.
I think.
Okay. So I would say by the end of the year, I mean, we're definitely going to have her.
Can you think of a single food item in Overwatch?
Single food.
Yes, the popcorn in the movie theater.
Popcorn in the movie theater.
There we go.
And
We just linked it.
There we go. And Roadhog, the drink, is kind of a food thing, gives him health back.
I don't know what that is.
It's the blood of the people he's killed.
Roadhog's in the corner chugging pineapples, guys.
No, there you go. You're right. Popcorn in the movie theater. So we linked it.
That's right.
We linked it. We
That's
always
right.
link it.
Candy in the pinatas, another one.
See that?
Coffee cups are everywhere in that
So
game.
top 5 Overwatch methods. We just
Shooting the popcorn bucket.
That's right. There we go. Number 4.
Yeah, only number 4.
It's gonna be interesting, especially for you,
Why?
because I'm interested to see what this is. I've never played these games.
Yeah.
So like I figured I'm interested to see why this version is different than the others.
Just because it has more. Okay, so what we're talking about, my number 4, Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo 3DS. This game... Okay, so any Animal Crossing game has the trees with the fruit, and you go and you pick the fruit. And
Right.
The fruit is... you can eat it for no reason, or you can sell it. Like, that's the main thing you do with the crops in this game, is you, like, plant all these trees, and you can shake the trees, you get the fruit, and you sell the fruit, right? Cool. New Leaf, I don't think it's the first time they've had it in there, but there's a coffee shop.
Ooh.
So a little bit after you're like developing your town, this guy comes in, he's like a bluebird. I can't remember his name. He's an owl. I really should look these things up. Anyway, coffee owl comes in, he's like, I'd like to open a barista. And so he does, and you have a little cafe. And there's a mini game attached to it where you can become the barista.
Oh,
So
nice.
cool. And each of the little people in your town, they come up and are like, I want this coffee. And you have to guess, like, from this list of, like, how much cream, how much sugar, what kind of roast they want. to get like the best.
Wow.
So you make coffee for people, which is like my dream, even though I won't go get a barista job because I can't. And then you get prizes from doing this, including coffee, which is pretty cool. So the bird guy will give you like a grinder, like an old-fashioned grinder, coffee grinder, a coffee siphon, like a brewing kit. So cool. All these really neat things, like a percolator, an espresso machine, and then like bags of coffee. So neat.
That is neat.
And so my little house in Animal Crossing New Leaf was just decked out. As soon as you walk in, it was just like a coffee shop.
Oh, nice.
So I had that going. One of the other things is they have seasons because this game updates, like it knows what month it is.
Right.
So in November, I think, is when it's fall, and they have mushroom season.
Ooh.
So mushrooms grow out in the wild. You can like go pick mushrooms, and then you can buy these mushroom-themed items. So like a couch that looks like a mushroom, and like wall decor and stuff that it's very cool. Like one of my other wings of the house is all mushroom.
Oh, nice.
So I had like a little green room with mushroom stuff in it.
That's pretty cool.
And then the other thing that happens in November is Thanksgiving. This turkey shows up in your town and he's like, hey, help me collect all these ingredients and we're going to cook Thanksgiving dinner. So
And instead, you just go over and shoot him and just cook it on set.
it's like, guess who's being served? So yeah, that's
cool. That's a lot.
Basically it. There's a lot of things, and
yeah.
I lost my copy of Animal Crossing New Leaf. I don't know where it is. It's the only Nintendo 3DS game I don't have. I know, and it so cool. Like my house was just decked out like exactly how I would want a house to look in real life.
Yeah,
and it's gone. I don't have the heart to like buy a new one and like get all that stuff back. I mean, like I did it. So
it saves it on the actual cartridge, or it's not saved. So even if you found it, like
it's on the cartridge itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so it's
it
not
doesn't save it on the Nintendo 3DS. But the other thing is, my Nintendo 3DS is new too. So
True.
yeah, it's just a total loss. But I'll always have sweet memories of the barista owl that I can't remember.
I thought you were gonna say at first when the people come in to order, it was gonna turn in like the game Tapper, where they're sliding the coffees down. He's like, "Here you go, I got your coffee." And they get burned. And,
It's slow. It's a slower version of that. You serve like 3 or 4 people.
Okay,
I think. Yeah,
that's cool.
It was so cool. I saw that and I was like, well, they obviously knew that I was gonna buy this game. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I wish you could do more with the fruit, like the basic fruit. I wish there was like a little bit of cooking. If you could mod Animal Crossing New Leaf, I would buy it again.
That would be
Coming to the Xbox One, moddable.
moddable
Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Can you imagine that? People would probably lose their mind.
Oh, I know
if
they
a
would.
moddable Animal Crossing came
Heck
out.
yeah. That's what we've been waiting for.
Custom music, and take KK Slider to find another job, and it's like somebody mods it with like Katamari music.
Oh, jeez. Oh, KK Slider.
Yeah.
Good music. Should have put that on.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't want like all of the podcasts to have like a music choice from my list. Because you pick like Burger Time, it's like beep, beep, burp, burp, burp.
People be like, yeah, that soundtrack brings back memories, baby.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Anyway. Is your number 4 Burger Time?
I wish. I'm going to change it right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, my number 4 is actually Lord of the Rings Online.
Didn't you just do that in September, Matt?
I probably did. The cool thing about this is like you can actually like be like a farmer in this game, and like you grow like all your own stuff to cook with. So
Sounding real familiar.
yeah, yeah. I'm horrible at podcasting.
Just talk about the cooking one. It's 2 crafts.
Yeah, well, I was just saying like how like he got the stuff. So cooking is basically it boosts your stats, your morale, which is what I love in this game. Instead of saying it refills your life, it's your morale in this game. That's your health pool. I thought that was the coolest thing about Lord of the Rings Online. And so buffs, morale.
You have 0 morale, you still die.
Yeah, I'm so demoralized. And so yeah, I mean, it's just a way of boosting your stats. But I love games that it's not like all right, I'm just going to go to the market and buy this stuff. Like you can literally grow all of your own stuff to make you and your team like stronger. Stats, health, energy regeneration, stuff like that. And it was just really really cool. It was fun before it went Now I can visualize myself like all this stuff before it went free to play, like when we were actually playing it. It was so much fun.
It seemed like more of a game then too.
Yeah.
And I think also our mindset was just different because that was 10 years ago?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was a long time ago.
So I mean,
And they're still coming out with updates. Like they're
I
still
know.
putting out new stuff.
well because now it's marketable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember being a young stout dwarf with my hobbit child, going through the sheer,
Yeah.
collecting pipeweed and trying to cook. You had to have a lot of stuff going on in that game to cook. Like you couldn't just like pass through the world, like find an oven and be like, okay, I'm going to cook now.
Yeah.
You had to like make it your goal to, I want to cook 20 goat pies today. You had
Yeah.
to like farm the goats for like a week. And
Yeah, I
then-
mean, you really had to. It wasn't just like one ingredient to do it. Like you
Yeah.
needed all these ingredients together to make this stuff, and it was very intricate. And
Yeah.
but it was really cool. It was a really cool way to, because like especially like I played a Hobbit. So the Hobbits loved food. They loved cooking. So
Yeah.
it was just cool to be like, I'm a Hobbit. I'm a
Drinking and smoking.
I want to rewatch those movies now.
Is this like, are you going to go back to Lotro?
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody wanted to,
Nah, I don't want to.
you don't want to.
Wow now. I don't need Lotro.
I don't need this game.
It stinks
It
because
wouldn't be the same.
when we quit was when they released the two new classes, the Rune Master and the Warden.
Yeah.
And I always liked the idea of both of those because the Warden was spear heavy and the Rune Master is like,
I gotta rub these two rocks together.
Yeah,
you know, that's my favorite thing in life is rubbing two rocks together. So
Christmas list, rubbing
Rocks.
There we go. I'm just gonna go out front and give you two of my rocks. There you go.
go.
This is the best gift ever. But yeah, it was fun. We played it, and it's a really cool way to cook and how you got to gather everything.
and now
So,
it's dead to us.
pretty much. But I don't ever really do much cooking in games outside of like MMOs. So that's why like I was like, all right, I actually cooked in Lotro, and I thought it was cool. So that's why I made my list.
It's
You know.
good. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yep. And I wanted to set up shop in Minas Tirith, but we didn't make it that far.
No,
so.
we did. I don't think we even made it to Brill. It's like
No.
we made it to like the fake pretend Brill.
I started the quest where you met Aragorn. That's where I got, and that was it. Like that's as far. And I was like, okay, like I don't remember what we went to after that.
more caution from you.
We probably went back to Dark Ages after that. I don't remember where we went.
Probably.
But
We went to Sword of the New World, I think.
oh, there we go. I'll allow it.
Autoplay.
Cooking in Sword of the New World. Oh, it's gotta put that cook in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Next time.
Next time,
Number 3.
number 3.
Bring.
Number 3, The Sims 3. Ooh. So, obviously, as a real life simulation, close to it anyway, where you have a human being needs food to stay alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the use of food in this game is for refilling your hunger meter, which makes you not die of starvation. So
It's always a good thing.
the method is really cool because it's just replicating real life. You go to the grocery store, you buy groceries, you buy or learn recipes. You can watch the cooking channel at home to learn recipes too, and then you come home and you cook food. And there's a career path, just like in real life. If you wanted to go out and be a chef, you can get high enough cooking skill to go become a chef and make
Ooh.
money cooking food.
That's
And
really
then
cool.
it, levels you get your cooking skill up there. You eat better meals. You get like a little happiness thing that's like,
Oh, I just ate a really good meal. I got 50 lifetime happiness or
whatever. So there's a meter in that game that's like the happier your sim is, the more reward points you get, and the reward points give you like perks.
The biggest thing I remember about Sims is I played the first one and I downloaded the Slipknot pack to where I had all the people on my house that looked like members of Slipknot.
What's going on, Corey?
And that was it. One of them was like a trash man, and I forget, but that was it. That's the only Sims that I ever played. Amazing story.
Cool story.
Yeah. Slipknot. Yeah.
Oh God,
So,
Slipknot.
Yeah. Do they still have those? Like to do like download like costume
Yeah,
packs?
they
and stuff?
have. Yeah, because they've really tied it in with like the marketplace. People like make mod stuff, and then you can go and download it. So,
Cool.
so it's still going. It's still headed in that direction. I'm not sure about Sims 4. That's why I didn't. include it here because I have no experience with that game.
Mm.
My decent computer can't even run Sims 3 now.
Oh no!
It's just like you're trying to play Sims 3 now. We don't think so. I think EA installed like a patch on my computer. It's like we're gonna make Sims 3 unplayable because this guy bought all the expansions for it already. So maybe he'll go buy Sims 4 and then buy all the expansions for that. EA criminals. Battlefield 1, right? EA.
Yep.
Yeah, stealing those headshots from you.
Great game though.
They're just like, make him lag or something. You like shoot the guy in the head and just like hits a truck nearby.
I got to post my last 2 clips online. I had like a 15 kill streak going. It was unbelievable. It was one of the most exciting moments of my life.
Cast Revive Podcast, only place that you'll hear mention of food and killing people in the same go.
I started out with a quad kill with my grenade. And I was just like, and I just knifing people, shooting me. I was like, wow, how am I not dead? I'm literally surrounded, but everybody must think I'm like part of them. I'm just going. It's one of those things that you see and it's like that was all staged. So I tried like making like random because like, I gotta get all this. But since I'm using the Xbox I got from you, I used to have like a 2-minute clip and all like 30-second clips. So there's like gaps in between. I was like, I forgot to change the time.
Nice.
So, but I still got to see the quad kills.
Good quality streamer.
Yeah, I tell you. Now that it'll all be fixed once my new PC comes in. It's gonna be legit. So
Cool.
it's gonna be dancing like my name was Romanson.
Did you build it yet?
No, it's being built right now
It's being built by you.
by somebody else. Not a company. I bought all the parts individually, but somebody else is putting it together for me.
Oh, okay.
So, a buddy of mine offered, so I said, hey, you can get the parts cheaper for me. So he gave me a bunch of extra stuff, so I wouldn't have to buy it. So I'll explain that more to you later when I'm kissing your forehead. It's really creepy.
What's your number 3, Matt?
My number 3 is one of the greatest games and my first MMO of all time, EverQuest. My halfling cleric was a cooker.
A cooker?
Yeah.
A cooker?
It was cool.
A cooker?
Cool thing about EverQuest that I liked is, I mean, other than the normal, food gives you stat boost, stuff like that.
Yeah.
In order to cook, you actually had to make like your clay pots and things to cook these things in. So it wasn't just going, I'm going to use a fire. You're like, nope, you don't have all the actual utensils that you have to build.
The pot doesn't slide out of your butt when you're ready to cook.
Exactly. So it was just really close. There was pottery and there were so many trade skills in EverQuest, and all of them really worked well together. And I thought that was just really cool. That a way of making the food for yourself is not only do you have to make the food, but you have to make the actual items to cook your food.
Yeah,
and,
that is cool.
And back then when everything was, traveling was longer, leveling up was longer, like trades just took longer to do. So it made it feel.
You know why that was?
Because people enjoyed it.
Because it's a monthly subscription.
Oh.
Yeah.
And people didn't mind like things taking longer back then. Now everybody wants the
I
instant
guess not.
gratification.
Yeah, they didn't really have anything.
There were no quick ports.
Yeah.
There were no instant things. There was like if you
Sod all of that.
Yeah.
I want my instant revive.
I mean, when you died across the map, like you had to get the actual like latitude and longitude of where your body was, and you had to run back and get it.
I remember like dying in Dark Age of Camelot, and like, Matt, can you get your atlas out and look up what coordinates are for where I died?
Yeah.
Matt.
I had everything.
I know.
I was a freaking cartographer. It was amazing.
And now those days are gone. Google.
Yeah. Well, I would still bust that out and go old school, like we
Yeah.
did for our fireside chat. We busted everything out and we were looking at it.
Yeah.
It was exciting. Yes, you have the internet, but nothing beats good old fashioned strategy guides back in the day. When that's all you had as a reference. You just had that stuff by you, had all your notes written down on it.
If you paid for it.
Yeah, which I did.
Yeah.
I bought almost every guide to majority of games I played on PC back in the day. It's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to eat in EverQuest?
Oh, man, everything to eat, I don't even remember.
Cranberry pie.
May have been.
Right?
May have been some kind of baking item. Some kind of like gingerbread snap cookies with like a...
Final Fantasy 11.
They have those in that?
Right? I remember the ginger cookies.
Oh, yeah. They gave your mana regeneration, wasn't it? What?
I don't remember what it was for. I just remember you had to make them for the Halloween thing.
That's basically the sound I make when I'm eating chicken wings.
Oh, this music?
Yeah.
Yeah. This game has such good music.
It does have good music. It's a good choice to put it on.
And this song's about cooking, so
There you go.
I don't know.
What is your number 2 in cooking?
Well, Nat, if I had to say for sure, it would be
Star Ocean 2.
Whoa.
See what I did? Isn't this clever? You don't see what I did?
I did. 'Cause
Symphony of the Night is the 5th Castlevania game. Animal Crossing New Leaf is the 4th Animal Crossing game. Sims 3, right? You get
is
it?
the third.
You get where I'm going here?
Star Ocean 2 is
Yeah.
your second to last pick.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really not certain about Castlevania and Animal Crossing. I just would have been cool if that's how it worked out.
I'm trying to think. 1, 2, it was. Because you had Castlevania 1, 2, and 3, and you had Super Castlevania 4,
Yeah.
and then I believe Symphony of the Night. Unless you're counting, like, I think in, like, the main series, I think you're counting, like, Castlevania Bloodlines for, like, Genesis
No,
and stuff.
Bloodlines. Eat Dookie.
Get 'em!
Anyway, Star Ocean 2. Did you ever play any of the Star Ocean games?
Nope.
Very underrated, very cool, traditional turn-based RPG. I don't know. It wasn't turn-based, actually. You had, like, a party of 4, and you controlled... I think you could switch control between all of them, but you could set the others to auto, and they would do their stuff, and it was just as good. Anyway, Star Ocean 2 had a really weird, like, crafting system where you would find items in the world, and it's cool because Star Ocean 2 is mainly like a sprites game, like you 2D backgrounds, and then you had like character sprites. But when you had like an item in your inventory, it was a 3D model. So you get these bags, and you just get like bag of like cooking supplies, right? But you had to identify each one to see what it actually was. So your character had to have an identification skill, or like high identification skill, to get like the good items. And so you'd see the bag would like rotate and like morph, and it's like turn into like a glass with like a straw sticking out of it, and it's like, you got martini.
Oh, nice.
And then you would have like a cooking skill, and you'd take those items, like you take an egg and you like cook. You like select cook on the egg, and the egg will like and like turn into a plate of fried eggs.
Nice. Yes.
I just thought that was the coolest thing.
That is pretty cool.
But I don't know if it was like the poor translation or how young I was when I played Star Ocean 2, but like the item menus and all that was just so confusing and so complex, and to have something that in depth and be so poorly explained was just like, what am I doing?
Right.
You know. But I thought that was really cool, and probably one of my earliest exposures to like being able to make food in a game that wasn't like an MMO.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Dark Ages.
That's pretty cool.
Although there was no cooking in Dark Ages. There's barely any food in Dark Ages. Like, you don't eat food to recover health. Like,
No.
you had
No,
alchemy
you
for
had
potions,
alchemy,
and that was it. They weren't creative.
Yeah, I mean, you had the campfire to regain,
Yeah.
stuff. But, yeah, there was no actual...
Well, when I did the Bean Teeth for Dark Ages, I actually had to like research a little bit, and they had like a 4-year anniversary, and they had these food vendors, but I couldn't tell you what the food items actually did. It's just like,
Yeah.
you can buy all these foods, but
There was no description. of what they
no
actually
description or anything. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, Star Ocean 2.
did. Cool.
And Star Ocean 2, everybody had their favorite meal, but I'm not sure what that meant in terms of like stat betterment or like what they got. Like maybe they got more health for eating it or whatever. But yeah,
Nice.
Star Ocean 2.
Star Ocean 2, that was for PlayStation 2?
Star Ocean 2 is for PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1,
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of my favorite RPGs for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch you play it.
Yeah.
On stream.
If it's on the PSN, maybe.
You don't actually own it?
I do, but I can't. I don't have a system that can play it.
I do.
Oh, that's right. You have all the systems.
Yeah. That's why I said we played on stream. Ooh, this sounds like news reports going. Welcome to Channel 9 News, the only station that gives a crap about how big your ass is.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
is not where I was expecting that to go. We need to start scripting Matt, I think.
yeah, man, I've been out of the loop
Stick
for
to
too
the
long. Don't improvise anything.
Don't mention
But except my number 2, I'm going to improvise completely.
because you never played this game.
No, I did. I actually
Oh,
played it quite a bit. And even in the arcade recently when I went to Daytona, Fruit Ninja, the game Fruit Ninja. The best way of delivering food in that game is using a sword and giving it to people on plates. It's amazing. And it was so cool because, like, when it first came out, like, I was one of the cool technologies about like the iPhone is like, oh, the
You're
touch screen. I'm
swiping,
literally swiping and getting all this stuff. And then when
I'm actually cutting the fruit.
yeah, it was so cool. And then in the arcade, when you see it on like the big screen, like
Yeah.
super high def, you're just like, oh man, this is like it's just
Is it a touchscreen then? Too?
yeah. There's like a little screen like in front of you down here, so you're looking up and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
it
cool.
was really cool. So I just thought that was so like innovative for the touch screen, and even to this day, I mean, it's a very popular game for how simple it is. You're literally just cutting fruit. How quickly can you cut the fruit before it gets down to the bottom of
I
the
was
screen?
gonna say, like, do you serve people? Do you like give people food? Or
I'm assuming the food's not going to waste.
you just a ninja. You like cut the watermelon.
Yeah, I mean, you're in.
you see what
I mean,
happens
from what
to
it looks like, you're in a restaurant. So it looks like you're cutting fruit up and putting it like making like a fruit
It's
salad.
like a hibachi chef.
Yeah.
You cut all the onions and layer them up like a volcano, and then you put the
Japanese volcano.
very, very good.
Yeah, I love hibachis, man. They're amazing.
Hibachi's nice.
Yeah. So Fruit Ninja, there's no story, depth, lore, and it's just you're cutting
you're just
fruit.
a ninja.
Yeah,
Fruit.
but it was
Yeah.
just cool. I mean, between the touch controls and reason I really maybe brought it in here is because like, I didn't know it was still around until I saw it in the arcade, and I was like, whoa, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So
I think it's cool. You should have like a Fruit Ninja match off where you like a ninja versus a samurai.
ooh, who would win?
Samurai, of course.
Think so?
Ninjas are stealthy, but they don't like think about it too much. The samurai just like has a sword
It's
and
got more reach.
no mind. Remember that movie, Last Samurai? No mind. Too many mind. Right, that's what he tells the
I never
white
saw
guy.
it.
You never saw it?
No, that was with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw it. I
Nah.
know what you're talking about. I never saw it.
Nah. It's like the ultimate gaijin story.
I need to watch it then. We'll have a movie night. We'll make popcorn.
Just have two TVs, like you playing Fruit Ninja and then Last Samurai.
This is so much. This is what this game is based off.
And then I'll rebuild my ninja deck, and you can use my samurai deck, and we'll see in all aspects who's superior, except for Last Samurai, because there's no ninjas. Maybe there are. No, there's no ninjas.
You sure?
I can say with no certainty that there are no ninjas.
There might be a mention of one.
No. I don't think samurais would talk about ninjas.
I don't like that thing.
Yeah, it's like, like pirates versus ninjas. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't like each other.
They don't.
They
They
don't.
don't get along.
No.
But I'll tell you what does get along are fruit and blades.
My cooking deck.
True. So we need to have a Magic the Gathering podcast now.
Que sera.
Que sera.
I think, did we use this somewhere? We used this before.
This reminds me of Monopoly on the PC. I don't know why. I used to play that game all the time.
On the PC?
Or it was
Alone?
I think it was for Super Nintendo.
You
When
used to play Monopoly on a game?
No, like, this is how bored I got when I was working overnight. I had my emulator. I used to
Yeah.
put 8 computer opponents
Uh-huh.
and have all 8 computer opponents play each other, and I would just sit there and watch it. That's where it got for me working overnights. I was just like,
Were you pulling your hair out? Is that why you couldn't play? You're just like,
I was working on, I was reading or working on D&D or
geez.
something. I just had that going on in the background. So it was, the things I do for entertainment.
yeah, seriously. Jeez.
I can't believe we're already at our number 1 already.
Yeah, we are.
Because our stomach was so hungry, we were chomping through.
Yeah, I got
These
a
lists.
grumbly tum.
Nice. How are you going to end out your list? Because this is
Have you
actually
ever
pretty
played
fun.
this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Are you
James,
sure?
my wife used to play it. Yes.
Okay. Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama.
It's a cooking simulator for the Nintendo 3, not 3DS, but Nintendo DS. Where you actually use the stylus to input your method. Like it makes it's like if you're cutting a thing of meat or you're cutting like an onion, it makes you cut it.
Yeah.
And you get points for how well you cut it.
How accurate.
And
yeah.
you have a time limit, so you're doing all this in 2 minutes. You're okay, you got to make a boiled steak in 2 minutes. You cut all the onions, cut all the lemons, cut all the. I don't know why you put lemon in boiled steak. I don't know why you would boil steak.
We should try that.
Okay. Give me your finest milk steak, please.
You know,
That's jelly bean toppings. So anyway, that's what I liked about it. Is it gives you all these ingredients, and you have to basically do a little input mini game to administer the food in a way, right?
yeah.
So I mean, that's basically all this game was. But you had to do it perfectly to get like the best result. And so I don't think that you could use it as like a basis for like a recipe builder. I don't think you could play Cooking Mama and be like, oh, I have more knowledge about making a hamburger. But that's good.
Just one of those things. People who can't actually people like me who can't actually cook or cut or prep vegetables.
You feel better about yourself doing Cooking Mama.
Well, I can prep vegetables. I can follow recipes. I can't freestyle cooking. Wings I can. I can do wings and like sauces okay, but when it comes to like using ingredients that I can't pronounce, it gets a little hairy. So
the interesting thing about Cooking Mama is that PETA, you know what that is?
Yeah.
People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
Oh, the animals, yeah.
They targeted it for some reason, and they came up with their own Flash-based game for Cooking Mama. It's like Cooking Mama, like Mama kills animals or something like that. And it was just like how it's wrong to cook with meat and how veganism is superior. And like, I like animals, but
yeah,
I like beef.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting that they latched on to Cooking Mama as a controversial thing. It's like, okay, this is a little like fun game about cooking food.
Yeah, you're not actually slaughtering animals.
It doesn't, it's not Cooking Mama's slaughterhouse. Like, okay, time to go to the meat market. You like go to the butchery and
Timmy, go grab Lucy and drag her in here.
Bobby,
I'm not ready yet.
And grab the pithing needle and just jam it into the cow's head. You don't do that in this game. You just slice tomatoes. I like Cooking Mama. They also came out with Gardening Mama.
Really?
Which I also bought. But it was like, I think in Cooking Mama too, but like, you remember early on with the DS, like, they were trying to get you to use all the features they built into it. So like, blow on the 3DS, and you're like, I'm gonna blow on my system. So like,
people walking by, what the hell's that guy's problem?
Yeah, so you had to like cool soup. You're like, blow on the. It's so weird. But very cool.
Nice.
I like it. Chop a cucumber.
It's a good number one.
It
makes you involved in the actual process of cooking.
To me, it's the ultimate methodology in a game. You're actually doing the food.
Yeah. So that's good.
Thanks.
Very good.
Better than Diner Dash.
Diner Dash is cool.
Diner Dash is cool.
Jamie played that one too.
I know.
So played it a lot. My wife likes cooking games, but yeah, she never cooks for me. So.
Do you deserve to be cooked for?
I do.
Because I'm about to cook for you.
I consider myself a rather awesome human being. So, and I enjoy eating, and I love people.
Yeah.
And I love my number one.
Do you?
Yeah. Which is Oblivion for the PlayStation 3 and PC. But mine, I'm talking about PS3 because never had a computer that could ever run these games. So.
Poor choices. That's
is.
why that is.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, So Oblivion, for the food and stuff you got in this game were used for like alchemical purposes. You weren't actually like sitting down, being like, I'm gonna gather this roast chicken and I'm gonna eat it. No, I'm gonna liquefy
use it to give me some stamina regeneration.
Yeah. So and Oblivion is just an amazing game in itself.
It is.
There were mods for Oblivion, right? Like
I want to say there were. But I don't know. Maybe on the PC, like when it got ported to Steam, maybe there's Steam Workshop stuff for that.
I'm wondering if there's any advanced cooking stuff for that game that actually make you, instead of just like using it for other.
Yeah, I really don't know. I know like all the alchemical tools you could like pick up and take with you, and you had to have like each one, like you had to have an alembic and you had to add a mortar and stuff like that in your inventory to even do alchemy. But I don't know. I don't know what the mod scene is for Oblivion because as soon as Skyrim came up, I forgot that game existed.
That's true.
Nah,
just kidding.
What?
So was sorry. There was a ton of gathering you could do, like in Oblivion. So it was Brian's kind of losing here. I'm kind of. So Oblivion's amazing, and you should play it.
No, go on. Ton of gathering, right?
Yeah, ton of gathering. I mean, there's literally like you couldn't take like 5 steps without picking something in this game, berries or fruit or or something, and you're just like, all right, I have all this stuff. I'm gonna make the most kick-ass meal.
Yeah.
And it's like, All right, watermelon going to be used for potion. I think, come on, man, I want to like eat some watermelon. Like this is messed up. So I just thought that was like really interesting that they had so much food in this game.
Yeah.
They never really focus on you actually eating any of this food. So
You know what's funny too, though? Even in Skyrim, the food isn't really that much more than like health and stamina regeneration. Like,
Yeah.
and it's very bad. Like, unless you get a mod to adjust it, like you need like 4 ingredients to make this soup, and then it gives you 10 points of health.
yeah,
You know, and like, yeah, you say you can like run out and pick up a bunch of things, but there's so many things. The chance that you'll get like the 4 things that you need to make that soup again.
right.
You know, you really have to
Yeah.
role play and go to the cooking vendors and stuff like that. And,
Yeah,
like, buy
yeah.
your. It's. But yeah, in a way, I'm glad that Oblivion food is used in alchemy because my 2 things.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, it would be cool if they had both. It's like you can use it for this, or you can also use it in alchemy. It's just like I just would have
Yeah.
been like I just raided this person's entire farm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy some potatoes right now.
Nope, potato juice
Yeah.
tonic.
Yeah, come on, man. So that's
2% magic, huh?
so that's my number one.
that's a good number 1. I'm
Yeah.
glad you picked Oblivion.
I love
Very interesting that their food is.
it. It is. I mean, that was my entrance into the Elder Scrolls series, and I'll never forget leaving like the dungeon, going out into the world for the first time, and just seeing how vibrant the colors and everything was. I was like, this is Elder Scrolls. Like, holy shit! Like,
Yeah,
how have I
yeah.
never experienced this? It was amazing, and as much as I love Skyrim, nothing will top my first moment in introduction to that series.
Sorry, but when you play Skyrim for the Xbox One, oh, it's so good.
Oh, trust me,
'Cause
I'm looking forward to playing it.
I had a computer that can run Skyrim, but not at like top level graphics, So like my view distance, my draw distance is just insane. Like I look out over the top of a mountain, I can actually see to the end of Skyrim
Oh, wow.
on the Xbox. Like on my PC, it's like, yeah, it looks like a really steep drop right in front of you. You may not want to take another step.
The Earth is square. That's awesome. Yeah, I do want to check it out. I mean, Skyrim was amazing. Great story in that. So
The only thing that it doesn't have is Oblivion's class building system, which, again, you can get mods for, but
I want him to make a monk, man.
you can.
I have to wear like heavy armor and get like
No. There's mods that take care of that.
Oh well, mods now. But I mean, like when the game first came out for PlayStation, I didn't have that. Out.
And like it's insane too because they have like those finishing moves where you like get a show whenever you
Yeah.
kill someone, and they had like 2 or 3 for fist
Yeah.
sweat, but like really there are 3 things in the game that you have to do to be good at fists, and they're so weird. Like
Yeah,
heavy armor.
Heavy
you have
ar-
to play Khajiit, and you have to get that enchantment.
yeah. That was my thing in Oblivion. That was a hand-to-hand monk. I just loved it.
Yeah.
You guys like shooting me with Jedi Sith lightning, and I'm like it's powering me up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was basically how I played that game.
you're the mad monk.
I was the Mad Monk.
All
It was
right.
nuts. It was amazing. Then I just pop on my rejuve, my shield, be like boop boop boop,
Shield?
boop boop boop. From
Oh, the magic shield.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, what? Hand to hand with the shield. Are you Captain America?
yeah, that's right. Disc golfer for life.
Disc golfer.
Any honorable mentions do we have? Anything?
Do we? Hold on.
We had- We could use.
No, not really. I had all my honorable mentions that I could think of for next week.
I can't think of any. What about you guys? Do you have any honorable mentions?
Let us know.
Let us know. I'm interested to see what you guys like for methods of cooking.
Basically,
and
any other MMO's crafting system.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
for food.
yeah, I mean, because there are so many out there, and especially ones I'm sure we've forgotten. I mean, Warhammer Online. I don't remember if they had any in that.
Pandaria for WoW, like
Yeah.
their cooking
Oh.
is just crazy.
And I asked this to Brian, but I forgot to look it up. But I'm wondering, did Star Wars Galaxies have a cooking system or craft? Like I'm interested to see if anybody played those games. Let us know. I want to see
yeah.
what your thoughts are on that.
Post it in the comments.
You know it. Man, this is fun. It's good to be back. I'm happy to be back. It's been a while, and so keep it up and keep it real and keep it homey.
Yeah, don't interrupt my plans this time, Matt. I
Yeah.
got this all laid out.
No, well, don't worry. I always interrupt something. It's just my life.
Great.
So go ahead if you enjoyed us coming back, and you haven't listened to us before.
Yeah.
Check us out on Facebook. Follow us on
about that
Twitter at
logic.
Cash Revive. Yeah. Send us an email at cashrevive@gmail.com.
In December, look at our YouTube. There may be some stuff.
There you go.
There won't be, but
Yep.
there might be.
Yep, we have a Cash Revive YouTube. There's a Matty J 311 Twitch YouTube, which is going to be my live streaming YouTube page. So I'm going to be doing cross stuff between Cash Revive, and we're going to have stuff on both channels. So, and follow me on Twitch, Matty J 311. You'll see when I go live. Start next Monday, the 14th, is when I start my 9 a.m. Scheduling. So, hope to see everybody there. Watch me play all kind of assortments of games. You can actually see what I look like if you haven't already. You can just be like, wow, that is not who I imagined having
His
that
fro
voice.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. I need to kind of cheese it down. But anything you want to say before we cheese and rice it out of this place?
Gonna have to cheese my hair down. God,
You love it.
I do.
You almost wish I canceled today. It's like I was enjoying the time off.
This is nonsense. I'm gonna go cut some fat off of some beef. So
Nice, and I'm gonna go.
watch me do it. I guess.
I was gonna say something really inappropriate, so I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
yeah,
I can't
don't.
wait to eat this food, and I'll tell you how much I loved it next week. We will see y'all later.
Bye.